It's MOTUesday. We're talking Stratos and storage coming up after this. Okay, I have a new CGI figure, and this is later in the day, so this video is going to be posted later. I can't worry about that. I'm just going to do it, and I'm super excited to have this one. So I got this from Walmart.ca. It was on the website for a second. I think I could only buy one. Sometimes that happens. I think they open up one case, and in Canada at least at Walmart, and then there's one figure, and that happens to me sometimes, and I buy them. That happens a lot from Mattel, actually. I can just put one figure in my cart when it's brand new. I keep checking. I have tabs open on my computer. Stratos is one of those figures that I wanted. It came in the wave. It's weird. I think they have different case assortments to the waves, so I did manage to find Triclops, and who was the other person in the wave? I don't remember. Are they on top? No, but that's another thing why I'm talking about how I store these things, and my CGI bin has become overloaded, that I kind of had to start, I don't know. I have 4 of these of open figures, and some of them are getting like mixed and matched together. So I've got CGI with origins and stuff, and they're different size boxes. So we'll look into that in the end. I am interested in hearing how you store your figures. I can't display everything. I can't put everything on the wall, but I do have to say that I love the CGI Masters of the Universe. It's a totally like new redesign, and I mean, you might not even see it as Masters of the Universe, but it does play homage to Masters of the Universe. And I love Mattel's the best toy company, and they make great toys. And it's a fun new Masters of the Universe series, and I don't hate it. It's hunky and chunky, and in the way that it is made for kids, reminds me very much of the original figures, because they were just 5 points of articulation, very simple, very bright children's toys. They remind me of Fisher-Price toys. They really were baby toys, and I still like baby toys today. And it's not necessarily, and I've mentioned this before, that they are Masters of the Universe. Where was I going with this? I think they're baby toys, and it's the aesthetic that I like, and it's more of a pop art thing, I think, for me, and that is why I like toys. I just like bright colors, and I also really like the darkness. So Masters of the Universe, it was creepy, like these skeletons with muscles and barbarians, and it was dark and creepy, yet at the same time kind of cute. And hunky and chunky is what I like in a toy. And I'm struggling with opening this box for some reason. I could have bigger scissors. These are the scissors that I use to clean up the cards, usually not to open the packaging. But we're going. And yeah, I do like to save the cards, even though this card that I got was kind of beat up. But you can't be. I save all of this stuff. I put it in my binder. People like my binder, apparently. And I do like to save all of the propaganda that comes with the stuff. So that's a nice card. Sorry. Oh yeah, am I gonna take it out? I have lots of these. I mean, in the 2000X, they used to be stickers that they gave you, but I mean, that's such a nice little logo to hold on to. I never do like this, the one that shows you the picture's not so great. It's not very clear. Like, it's all covered up, and like it's showing you the action feature, which, do I know what the action feature really is? Did I show you anything about this box? Stratos had a big change. Stratos is my favorite. Oh yeah, see, big bent up card. I'm going to save it. It's still fun to look at and flip through these things and look at them later. And how is it? I guess it's just showing that the wings are articulated. Stratos is my favorite figure. My favorite figure from the original line. Should I have him here? I mean, I do have him here. Can I pull him out? Do I know where he is? I have all my figures here today. He's buried. Maybe we'll get him out later. He encompasses barbarian, not this guy, the original Stratos, space, barbarian, monster. He had it all. He was everything. Oh, this is why I think they have this is the closest to the spring action. They have more spring action because it's a whole bobble waist here. It's a spring thing, so you can spring load them, like all Masters of the Universe were spring load. Not all of them, but especially the original ones. Power punch action. But now there's more. You can headbutt action, and because of his wings. Right, does he come with anything? Does he have a staff? Oh, that's sad that he has no staff. But he is cool. I really liked him. I kind of did like his personality on the cartoon as well. I forget what it was, but I do remember that I enjoyed him. I do have to rewatch that show. I don't even think I finished watching the CGI cartoon, even though I really did like it. It was done really well. Mike Young is still my favorite cartoon series, but this is a great looking figure. Not hunky and chunky though. He's kind of thin, but it's done really well. And paint is minimal but nice, very modern. I love translucent. I do love how the wings are articulating right here. They twist. Wrists also twist. Head twists, goggles. And it's also great to get... I always kind of thought, Stratos to me, when I looked at him, he had a darker complexion and like he had fuller lips, and I kind of saw him as African American. So whenever they were making him, like in the Mike Young, they also did. I thought that, or Zodak. Wait, Stratos. I've been talking about Zodak the whole time, and we're talking about Stratos. That is so messed up. I never even had Stratos as a kid, and I never got him until... That's so strange. Oh, man. Okay, anyway, I guess I got thrown off because maybe this guy does remind me of Zodak. And not because he's like a dark-complected character, an African-American kind of character, because they kind of look alike. They both have goggles on, and I'm a huge Masters of the Universe aficionado. Now, there's really no reason for me to be making this mistake, but goggles, the shape of the goggles, and maybe it did come into play that the heritage, but wow. Yeah, I never had Stratos. Was one of the early figures, the only early figures that I didn't have, and I always wanted them. And it wasn't until they made... I guess I've just been going on for 8 minutes about a figure that's not even true. Where was I going with that? When they made the reproductions, the reissues, what did they call them? I don't know, in the early 2000s, 2001. When did they make those? I guess they were testing the water for the new series, which I bought all of them, but I didn't really like the Dragon Ball Z kind of take on Masters of the Universe, but I still bought them and enjoyed them for that time. Stratos is looking awesome like this. I like him. I'm kind of embarrassed that I mixed up who he was and confused him. Stratos is an awesome figure. He never came with any weapons. He came with lots of wings and everything. So I guess this is very, very fitting that he doesn't have any, and he's super cool. And I do love this figure. All right, let's find Stratos, the real Stratos. We can even compare Zodak to this. This is the 4-pack of the Masters of the Universe. I put these separate. So I have 4, well, I have more than 4. I know I have 4 different size boxes. Well, kind of more 4. I'll show you. I have small ones. For that, I keep smaller things. Not really going to work for this. And then I have these size and these sizes. There's 2 different of these sizes. I can't get these anymore, but I've been trying to minimize my toy collection, so I'm not exaggerating when I say I have hundreds of these with opened toys in them. I mean, I review toys here, so that kind of makes sense. But I do have everything split up, but I do have to decide what toys I don't need anymore, and Masters of the Universe are toys that I'm definitely keeping. So I do have those 2 sizes of that I need. And then I've been using these giant bins, which there are other sizes of these. They do nest. So the thing is from the dollar store, and you can nest them together. Does this one fit? No, but I can fit 2 of these this size, and this is the size that I probably have most of. And yeah, so they're very stackable and they're all from the same company. And like I said, the Dollarama in Canada no longer, well, they do put out new ones, but they're of a different company. So every once in a while I would buy these giant ones because they were a great price, and I would use them for large collections of stuff. However, Masters of the Universe has surpassed its large collection zone, and this is a box of just recent reviews where I've put everything in. So I have to decide how I'm going to split these up. Now, I think I'll probably do bad guys, good guys. This one might be okay. This is... who is this? This is the WWE Superstars, and I think that's the full collection. Yeah, so that's good. They all fit in here perfectly. Do I need to split those up? Sometimes, like with Imaginext, I used to divide up the series into little boxes. If you know anything about Imaginext, these are my Fisher-Price Adventure People reissued in the style of Imaginext, which I think are so awesome. Mattel, Fisher-Price, favorite toy company. Those are toys I'm getting rid of. And then, oh, this is the main Masters of the Universe action figures that I opened. I have to probably put Sunman separately, or put bad guys and good guys together and split up Horde into these bins. I think that is probably what I'll do. I think I'll split up the mini collections that way. Good guys, bad guys, Horde. But to make you think, to prove that I'm not completely crazy, let me bring out Stratos, who doesn't look anything like Stratos. Where's Stratos? Where did I put that guy? Fell right here. He looks like Stratos. He looks like the new Stratos. You can see that they don't look anything alike. And there's Zodak. Zodak, I'm disappointed in. Oh, look, we have this Stratos too. We have very pale Stratos. And upcoming video, I have, as you can see here, I have just acquired every single female with the better knees. You can see that this one has silly bulky knees, and then fans actually complained and critiqued, and Mattel actually listened and changed up the knees, which is kind of cool, even though I would have been fine with those knees, but I have to admit that they look way, way better. Zodak, where are you? These smell good. It's probably Stinkor that's smelling everything up. But, see, it's the mask. The mask that was, I don't know, and I had a brain fart. And, but they do. They're just their mouths show, and so that was the mistake. And for some reason, why is Zodak's neck so low? They kind of ruined my favorite figure. Ruined. I don't usually talk so negatively, but I do like to take the neck off the peg and balance it on top because that looks a lot better. I don't know what happened there, but the head is down far too low, and it just makes the shoulders. Okay, I guess that's another little thing that I think stands out with the new figures is that their shoulders are extra bulbous, more so than the original ones. So on this figure especially, it really stands out with his neck so short and his shoulders so wide. But I mean, I like hunky chunky toys, and man, I love Origins. But I really love these CGI figures too, and I guess I was going to kind of show, I thought maybe that could have been another video. That's what the video I should have done. I should have not mixed up Stratos and Zodak. Zodak for the record is my favorite figure because he's space, barbarian, and monster all in one. He's just a Birdman. He's a monster. Not barbarian, yeah, monster. Coolness. These are all cool. I love the translucent figures. This is the other figure that came out recently with Triclops and Stratos and Mesquite, which turned into a boy. Check out those reviews. I really do know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Masters of the Universe, I swear. My favorite toy line ever. Cool. These are cool. I do have to sort this out. Maybe if you want to see a better way of how I categorize these and how I've put them into bins later, let me know if that's something you're interested in seeing. But I do have to do some major sorting of these and clear out some of the bins filled with toys that I don't want and use them for the forces of good. We'll see you next time. I didn't make too much mess here, but I did shuffle through these, and now they're not laying as flat. Also, storing this many figures into bins like this, that can't be good because the ones on the bottom are getting a lot of pressure on them. This is too much, I would say. I would say that these bite-sized bins are a little bit better. However, this one I also have stuffed way too much. And you know what else is good about putting them in smaller bins? Is that, people talk about seeing their collections. So you can see your collection more if I do split these up. I guess with these, I can put the baddies with the baddies and the goodies with the goodies. However, Battle Cat, which they kind of made him like a character. He always felt like a beast in the universe. I kind of like that. He's a character now. And then, you see what happens? I got heads falling out of here. And then, this is my favorite. This is my favorite CGI figure. I love this. I love a translucent. I always wanted a translucent He-Man. I bought two of them, in fact. I found one on a sale one day. Oh, don't go away yet. Two things that these underwear. Did I wear these before? The tags are off them. I don't think I wore these before. No. They're not washed or worn. I didn't know where to. I have no place to keep these. I found them at Giant Tiger, and then this I got sent to me from Europe. It was in a magazine, and that's really cool. But I need to get the real one. I'm just waiting for it to find it on sale. They're everywhere. They have them. Can you get them everywhere? You can get them online at Walmart, the official Mattel ones, and then you can also get them at Toys R Us in Canada. And they have been on sale a few times. In fact, they're on sale this week. But I'm waiting for half price at an off-price store. With a lot of the vehicles, actually. hope I don't miss out on them. Watch some of these other videos, by the way.